Hi everybody, it's Ben with Ben's Brick Designs here. I was just going to do a quick video about storage that I had. I know that the discussion comes up about how people store their Lego and what kind of systems they use and what kind of practices they have and what they're currently doing for sorting, that kind of thing. So let's take a quick view about what I have going on for sorting. Starting with some unsorted brick, there's a couple boxes that I've got that need to be sorted. This is just sets that have been put together that need to come apart and sorted into their constituent slots. This was a box that I got from a coworker, and you can see that there are some sets in here. There's a droid tank, and there's a droid starfighter, and there's a lot of stuff in here that, I mean, there's a battle pack tank. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's a almost full sand speeder. Or land speeder that I have to go through all this and figure out what's good, what I might want to put together. Here's some bags of loose brick, some figures that came out of that donated box, some lug bulk items that I never really sorted yet, stuff like that. So that's not the real mess. The real mess is in here, and this is where the magic happens. So that's where the filming happens, and this is where the building happens. So for the longest time, all I had was these Sterilite drawers, and everybody's got Sterilite drawers. And I've got, of course, several different sizes. I've got really big ones down here, a couple big ones. And then I've got some IKEA drawers, and the IKEA drawers have the inserts in them, and they can sort, or they can hold different items in each one of those. So I've got two of these guys, right? Then I've got this hutch that has a bunch of stuff in it, some builds up there. And these have got these Arco bins with just random, not random, but you know, different sorted pieces. And some of them, if they're similar, like there's some click hinges or ratchet hinges. And then along with it are like the finger hinges that don't, or swivel plates. Those will go in there too, next to the regular 1x2 plate hinges. So stuff like that where there's some organization, some not. I've got instructions in all those magazine holders. Down here are some bigger items or stuff I don't use a whole lot of. I also used to use these more. These were 1-inch tape holders at my office, but we got rid of a lot of them because we're not using tapes anymore. We're doing offsite storage. So I've got hundreds of these things. So for a while I was using it for small amounts of brick that I really didn't have an organization for, but some of them are holdovers. So here's like 1x1 with studs on one side, or studs on couple sides, or studs on 4 sides, or headlight bricks. Those are headlight bricks. And then usually if there's something that goes with it, like here's all the brackets, and you can see like the 1x4 brackets are in there. Here's the 1x2s, or 1x1s and 1x2s. So I try to keep everything kind of similar in location. Here's some basic bricks. Some 1x4s, and I haven't really done a whole lot by color yet, but these 2x2s and 2x4s, I said 1x, I meant 2x, 2x2, 2x3, 2x4. I've got them in kind of monochrome or tan and brown and black and white, and then all the colors, all the rest of the colors, and then also gray, so both kinds of gray. And then 1x2s, 1x3s, 1x4s, and here's some new stuff probably from a lug bulk. And then I've got some drawers that I split out with like pieces of paper to like differentiate some things. Here's like rail bricks and stuff like that. I didn't really have a good place for ladders and fence railings, stuff like that. So over here is some storage units that I was given by a friend who had these at her office, and they were to hold medical supplies. So you can see these are all labeled with different kinds of medical needs. They were replacing them, and these are completely clean and, you know, obviously a smoke-free environment. So I was able to use these for a lot of smaller things that I had in bags at the time or hadn't split out quite yet. And again, they're not all full, so I'm going to probably take some of these littler sets and go through here. But I try to keep them kind of, you know, transparent stuff all along here. I got a lot of minifigure utensils in here, or accessories, that kind of thing. Weapons, guns, chains, tools, that kind of stuff. Here's another box that needs to be sorted. This is like an old sort that I didn't have a lot of space for, or I didn't have a lot of things that, you know, didn't have locations for a lot of these parts, and now I do. So now I can go back through and do all this. Some stuff that needs to be taken apart. Here's my microfighter. To be done microfighter box. To be done microfighter figures. Down here is some larger areas for all plates and all things that have plates on them, kind of thing. And I've got a couple other plates down there, kind of hiding. And then in here I've got mostly wedges and slopes. So anything that's like a right or left something, or one of these 2x1 curve slopes, or some of these 2x4 curve slopes. Got some of these boxes left over. Some of them will get moved to drawers individually, some of them won't. And this is all the minifigures I've got. And some of them are split up into bags. You can see, like, there's some Friends, mostly Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars in there, troopers and stuff. At one point, this is sort of everything else. A lot of R2 units. Stuff that didn't kind of have a body to go to. At one point, I split a lot of these out and tried to use them for different builds. There's a whole thing of droids. But I ended up not categorizing them much better than that, so now they're all kind of lumped together. Here's some slopes in there, some regular like 2x2 slopes, 3x2s, 4x2s, plates in there, big plates, and then regular like 2x2, 2x3, 2x4 plates. And then over here I've got transparent cockpits. So any kind of transparent cockpit you can think of, ranging from these big old Futron cockpits to, you know, little bitty, not even cockpits, just transparent kind of domes. So anything that's like that goes in here. And then circular bits. Actually, these are 6 or 4x plates of varying lengths, including the ones that are like tiles. And then down here is all like fuselage parts. So anything that's got like a kind of a dome, or a kind of a boat hull, or any of these quarter panels. So I got a lot of those down here. Here's my bag of Technic pins, because who needs to sort those really? So yeah, so that's what goes on here. Along with those two boxes of sorting stuff, here's a box of existing microfighters. There's current working microfighters that I've designed. This is also boxes and bags of stuff from the Capitol that I have to go through. A lot of this is leftover. Either we over-ordered specifically, or we didn't order enough in time and I have to go back through, and I mean, nobody's going to need this many of these plates, right? So I'm going to keep a lot of these for seed parts for the lug, and get those back to the lug somehow for other people to use, but I have to figure out where to put them all. So in here, we've got some, you know, thrusters and fins and things like that. And then wedge plates, all manner of wedge plates in here. Again, not by color yet. Don't have enough. This is my least favorite of the drawers because it's mostly bags. But you can see this is all tiles. This is the tile drawer. But because I've got so many of these, like bags of this tile, or bags of this tile, or bags of this tile, they kind of get in the way. And also back there are dishes, or dishes. And then right here, bags of stuff. I don't really know what's in here. Kind of slopes. These are reverse slopes, or inverted slopes, and some other stuff like that. So I kind of know where everything is. This area is kind of new to me, so I'm still working on what goes in there. I like just sitting here in my chair, being able to kind of reach everything from this location and then just build based off of anything I can reach. Makes it a lot easier than kind of going walking all over a room looking for that special piece. This used to be a lot more chaotic, if you can believe that. There was kind of stuff everywhere. Oh, I also have this guy, which is one of these like tool bins or art bins, and there's 1x2s with bars on them, and 1x2s with bars on them, but those different kind, and then these are wedges. This is an odd number of plates because these are all like left side or right side. A lot of people didn't want any of those, so I got some of those. And I think that's it. These are empty down here. And then I've got some builds, some models that I've kept because, I like them. There's some in the other room too, but that's not what this is about. That's the Celebration exclusive Vader head, and then I've got a couple. So it was designed by the designer, Mark Smiley, I think. And then these were, a friend of mine got these from San Diego. And then there's the Star Wars cockpit with Han and Chewie from Solo. So yeah, so this is the organizational area. I'd like to eventually replace some of these littler ones with bigger ones so I can do colors, and then split out some of these other bigger ones so they can also be in like rainbow colors and black and white colors and stuff like that. But that will require more space than I currently have, and I might have to encroach over into the filming area, but we'll see. So yeah, that's the storage area. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a view of that. And I should have another live stream up tomorrow night, provided this goes up today or tomorrow. So thanks for taking a look. Bye.